it's Kylie from Theme Parks for Grown-Ups. I am back at Universal Orlando for our second segment of Universal for Grown-Ups. Today we are exploring Universal Studios Florida, so this is the other park. First we did Islands of Adventure, and now we're at the other park here at Universal Studios Florida. Basically I'm going to go around, I'm going to do a walkthrough and show you all the different things that grown-ups might enjoy while vacationing to Universal Orlando. Now this might be a vacation that's strictly adults only going on vacation, or maybe you have kids and you want to get away from them for a little bit, or maybe you have teenagers who enjoy like thrills and things like that, or older kids who might enjoy other things that are not just kiddie rides. So I'm just kind of pointing out everything that adults might find enjoyable. And we're going to point out some food and some restaurants and some rides. So let's get started. I'm very excited to show you everything. So when you first walk in, you're going to see Despicable Me, Minion Mayhem on your left side. This is a fun, cute attraction, but basically you're just sitting and enjoying some 3D effects. So it's not very thrilling, but it is cute if you liked the movies. And then on the other side is Shrek 4D. It needs some updates is what I'm gonna say. But if you like Shrek, if your kids like Shrek, maybe that's a good one to stop into. I wouldn't wait very long for it though, because it's a little corny and a little cheesy. But if you're here, you might as well do it if the line is short enough. Those are the two rides coming in, and those are definitely more kid-centric than some of the other rides we might encounter here at Universal Studios Florida. I figured we would do Despicable Me because it's such a cute ride and even adults will enjoy it, but it is pretty fun, even though it's supposedly a kiddie ride, but they have all these details in the queue that's really fun and cool. I think you should give it a go. I think you should go on it for sure.
Aww, they're so cute! Okay, let's begin your training.
We're Minions!
You are now in the Minion training grounds.
Yeah, so Minions. Woohoo!
This is where we test your strength, speed, and ability.
Oh my god, there's so much water happening. Oh my god. It's so wet. Woo! Dance party. Here we are, hello! Dance party, dance party, dance party. Goodbye, Minions! Then coming closer to the theater, you're going to notice Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket. This is the roller coaster that is definitely for thrill seekers, for older people, for older adults. For teenagers, they will love it. This is like the roller coaster at Universal Studios Florida. Islands of Adventure has Hulk, and over here it has this one. In front is a big amphitheater, and this is where they might have live musicians for events. Right now, Mardi Gras is going on for 2021, and so we have some food booths, hanging out, live musicians, and then they have some floats, socially distanced floats for the time being. Usually there's a parade, other things going on for Mardi Gras, but it's pared back for obvious reasons. But yeah, definitely you could come here to hang out, drink, have some Bloody Marys with Mardi Gras, watch the show, and go on roller coasters. And then you come to Race Through New York, starring Jimmy Fallon. This is in the New York area of Universal Studios Florida. And this ride is a 3D attraction as well, and it's kind of the same setup as Despicable Me, where you sit on a bench and you're taken through a 3D world, basically. It's not terribly exciting, but I would say it's more adult-centric because not many kids know who Jimmy Fallon is or care about Jimmy Fallon. Maybe adults don't either, but it is fun. You know, I recommend it. I like it. Some people give it flack, but I enjoy it. Hello, float people. Traveling through the New York area, you're going to come upon the Tribute Store, which may look different depending on when you're visiting. Right now it's Mardi Gras themed, so it's Royal Street Jazz Preservation Hall. And this is really great. I totally recommend the Tribute Store for adults because inside you'll see merchandise, you'll see drinks, you'll see food, all dedicated to whatever event is happening right then. So Halloween Horror Nights Tribute Store was super cool, the Christmas Tribute Store, and now the Mardi Gras. Hopefully they'll continue to do that even after everything kind of pares down. This was implemented when everything went crazy last year and they pared back their events, so hopefully it continues. And then you come upon the Mummy, and I definitely recommend the Revenge of the Mummy for adults because A, we know what the movie is about. We were there when Brendan Fraser was relevant with the Mummy, right? And so there's that storyline that we all know and love, but also it's kind of a thrill ride. It's a bit of a roller coaster. Yeah, I definitely recommend it. Right now it's a 30-minute wait, and it is a busy day, so that's a pretty good wait time. It's a little noisy in New York. It's exciting. Before we move on, I want to point out Finnegans Bar and Grill because this is a really great place to sit down and eat or to grab a beer. It's an Irish pub-themed restaurant, and one of their best items are these right here, the Finnegans Potato and Onion Web, and this is fried potatoes thinly sliced and onions, like onion strings, hand-dipped in beer batter. They are just freaking divine, and I love it. They also have really great salad, Scotch eggs, fish and chips. Absolutely delicious. Finnegans Bar and Grill. I would check it out if you want, or if you're looking for somewhere to sit down and eat or just have a drink in the bar. Okay, and I also wanted to point out where the Starbucks is. So we came from this New York side over here, this street. We just wandered down past the Blues Brothers who were singing, the Tribute Store. It's right here at the end of the New York street, or if you're coming through this way near Transformers, it'll be on your left side. This will be your savior in the morning when you're looking for coffee. It's a little bit farther away from the entrance, so just be aware of that. You'll have to kind of hightail it if you're here. It can get busy in the mornings, but generally during the afternoon or late mornings, it's not too bad. So this is where your coffee heaven will be, Starbucks. And of course there's Transformers The Ride 3D. This is another one of their premier attractions that's fairly new. I definitely recommend it. Even if you're not a huge Transformers fan, I think it's fun. It's got a lot of good 3D elements. It's very similar to Spider-Man, if you've been on that one over at Islands of Adventure. So this is the Transformers building right here, and then to the right of that is Mel's Diner. Mel's Diner is pretty cute. Like, it has some pretty standard food like cheeseburgers and smoothies, that sort of thing. But I do like the theming a lot. It's like a 50s drive-in. So it's pretty cute if you're looking for just a simple place to eat and sit down really quickly. They have some indoor dining if you're looking for air conditioning, and outdoor dining. So my favorite place to eat for fast food, again, quick food is probably what I should say, is Central Park Crepes. This place is very new, opened end of 2020, I believe, so it was pretty new, and so they serve really delicious crepes filled with amazing ingredients, and they're just filled high. Get strawberry Nutella or cookies and cream, and then they have savory ones like smoked brisket, and then they have different flavors for the seasonal kinds, and they're just so good. So I totally recommend Central Park Crepes. And then also I recommend coming over here to Central Park if you're looking for somewhere to kind of recollect from all the noise and the hubbub. It's really peaceful back here. It also gives you a good view of the water and light show on the water over here. But it's really peaceful back here because usually no one comes here. So if you want somewhere to like take in the atmosphere, just kind of hang out, this little Central Park area is one of my favorite places. Continuing our walkthrough, I like to call this Nostalgia Corner because it's meant for children, but it's all these franchises that we knew as kids, like my generation, generations before my generation. SpongeBob for one. The kids know SpongeBob, but he started when I was a kid. That show started. And then you get to the corner over here and there's the E.T. ride, E.T. Adventure. If you didn't grow up watching, or didn't grow up going on the E.T. ride, this is gonna seem extremely corny to you. This ride, like, the technology is very outdated, but people love it for the nostalgia factor because we all went on it when we were kids and we loved the movie, blah blah blah. but it's definitely outdated. So if you haven't been on it yet, if you love the movie and you're like, "Aw, E.T.," and it gets you right in the feels, you might like it. You might enjoy it. And then over here is Fievel's Playland. So funny that it's still here. Fievel Goes West, if you've seen that movie as a kid. It was like produced in the late 80s, I believe. And so I like it because it's cute, and it's a playland, so like obviously adults can't be on it, but it is cute to see because it's this old movie that we watched as kids. And then we get a little farther, and what used to be on our left was the Barney show. So Barney had a live show. Again, more my generation, but now that's gone actually. So, and you get a little further into this land and you're gonna see Woody's roller coaster. Woody the Woodpecker has his own roller coaster. It's a mini little kid ride. So definitely not centered for adults at all, unless you like Woody the Woodpecker. And then there's a little play area for Curious George. It's themed after Curious George, so very, very kid friendly. This whole area back here is definitely made for kids. Woody Woodpecker's Nut House Coaster. Nut House Coaster. So Universal doesn't really allow loose articles on mini rides. Keep going, guys. Thank you. But they will allow my camera at least on the E.T. adventure, so we're gonna go on that one at least.
We've got some unauthorized people entering the base. Wait, they got E.T.
Me? Not me.
They're getting away. Unit 3, cut them off.
No way!
Steve, they're coming at us.
I always thought this ride would make a good Stranger Things. Stranger Things atmosphere too. Doesn't it feel like a Stranger Things type of deal? Oh, nothing to see here. Just an alien. Woohoo! It's like Peter Pan, but not. It's not Peter Pan. It feels like Peter Pan, especially with this moon that's about to happen. There we are, flying across the moon.
Gently out.
Welcome home. This is Springfield.
Look, it's baby E.T.'s. Oh, we're stopped. We're stopped. Goodbye, E.T. Thanks for the ride. By the way, this is my favorite store in Universal. It's the SpongeBob Store pants. It has all the SpongeBob and Nickelodeon stuff, and it's so stinking cute. I wish that SpongeBob had his own ride, because it would be adorable like this. And look, there's this pineapple, and he lives in it, under the sea. Oh my god, they made the meme into a action figure, like it's literally called Masterpiece Meme. I love it so much. Mocking SpongeBob, holy moly. You can just buy that, that's awesome. I always seem to come here when the show's about to start and I never get to see it. But Animal Reactors is pretty fun too. It features animals that have been featured on like shows and movies and things, and they do tricks, and it's a funny, cute little show. You might enjoy. I think people enjoy it. Adults enjoy it for sure. And kids. I don't know, this is kind of the weird one. This is kind of in the middle of like, I could say it's for adults, but it's kind of more for kids. If you're not doing anything and you're bored, this is probably a good one to see. So right before you get to Springfield, you're gonna see this train here. And this is one of the train pieces, the set pieces that was used in Back to the Future 3. And Doc, a Doc impersonator, will come out and take pictures and talk to you. Every once in a while you'll see him kind of be over here by the train, or you might see him over here by the real DeLorean that was used in one of the films. Pretty cool. Alrighty, Springfield. Definitely great for adults. Lots of things to do here for us. There's this taco truck that people really love, and then there's this Lard Land Donuts. They have this giant pink donut that you can buy. It's huge, and you can get a sundae topped on it if you're looking for good snacks. And then inside here there's lots of quick service options like the real Crusty Burger. And there's also Moe's Tavern on my right, which I will show you in a second. We're gonna go inside Moe's Tavern so you can see it. So you can actually get drinks, beer here, different types of cocktails, a Flamin' Moe. You can enjoy yourself in a real Moe's Tavern. Pretty cool. And this is definitely for adults. Over across from Moe's Tavern is the Duff Beer Bar, where you can order real Duff beer. And we're actually gonna get something here. I just wanted to show you that this is pretty funny. They have these shrubberies that are sort of inspired by the Seven Dwarfs, but they are beers. The 7 stages of being drunk, edgy and remorseful and dizzy. So I showed you some places around here in Springfield that some adults would enjoy, and so I'm pointing out the Duff Brewery that is on your left-hand side. We're coming in from the entrance of Universal Orlando, and it's a bar, and so it serves locally crafted beers, but they do have actual Duff beer on tap, which is super fun, and people love to come here for that because it's very iconic. Like, who doesn't want to drink a real Duff beer? But also, fun fact, they don't only serve beer, so if you're not a beer drinker, then they have slushies on tap too, and so your bartender can mix something up for you. So there's 3 flavors. There's strawberry, which is strawberry Minute Maid, I believe, and it's made into a slushie. And there's a margarita flavor and a pina colada flavor, and so they can mix something up for you, and you'll basically have a slushy cocktail. So that's what I did, because I'm not a huge beer drinker, but I am a cocktail drinker, and let me tell you what, it's so delicious. I can taste the strawberry Minute Maid, but it's frozen and it's really cool, and it's just like perfect for this warm day today. And then he added some Bacardi to it. He mixed it really well. It's not too much alcohol, but you can see it's already melting a little bit, so be aware of that. So it might melt on you. So drink it fast, drink it good. But otherwise, I really, really recommend getting one of their slushies with alcohol in it if you want a cocktail. Definitely a pro tip. Not just beer here. By the way, Duff Beer, I just want to throw in this little fun fact. Duff Beer is actually locally brewed here in Florida too. So it's a special beer just for Universal, made from our hometown. So this is really fun. Cheers! Go a little farther into Springfield and you'll hit Crusty Land. We'll see some arcade games here that you can play and win a prize. And there's also the Simpsons ride. So this is sort of a like a motion simulator ride. It's okay as far as the technology goes. It's pretty dated. The jokes are funny though. If you like the Simpsons, you'll hear a lot of Simpsons humor in there. In this show, it makes fun of theme parks and makes fun of Disney World and Universal. It's cute and fun. I wouldn't wait like an hour for it, but I'd wait 20 to 30 minutes for it maybe. It's fine. It's cute and it's fun, and especially if you like Simpsons humor. And if you follow Crusty Land, you'll get to this Men in Black alien attack ride. So yes, Men in Black has its own ride, even though you may think that it's irrelevant now in this day and age, which it is kind of irrelevant. But you could just see Will Smith in his youth in this ride, and it's actually really fun. I really enjoy this. If you've been on Buzz Lightyear Astro Orbiters, this is a good equivalent to that. It's a kind of a video game ride where you have to shoot the aliens and you get points in the end. So I do recommend this one for adults, mostly because the content, Men in Black, we know that movie, we grew up on it. And then it's kind of fun too with the video game aspect. Okay, we finally made it to the main attraction. We are going inside Wizarding World of Harry Potter now. This is the Diagon Alley portion, so the other part is at Islands of Adventure, and that is Hogsmeade, and we're going into the other side. They are connected by the train, by the Hogwarts Express, so you can go back and forth between the two with the train as long as you have a park-to-park pass. We're gonna go in and I'm gonna show you some things that you should definitely hit up, especially as an adult. and I'll give you the highlight reel of everything. I do recommend hitting up this part of the park at the beginning of your day instead of the end, which is what I'm doing now because lines can get really, really long. And you want to get on Gringotts, the main attraction in here, early in the morning before crowds pick up. Let's go. You'll encounter the night bus over here, and there is an interactive person that will talk to you via the shrunken head in the front sometimes. Lots of London elements. Just like that guy. Okay, we're gonna go through this brick wall, of course. Here we go. Into the unknown. And there she is. This is Diagon Alley. You can see lots of gift shops. On your right is Weasley's Wizard Wheezes, and this is where you have some of the prank items that the Weasley twins would make from the books and the movies. On your left is Leaky Cauldron, and they have some fun Harry Potter inspired, British inspired food, cottage pies, fish and chips. And if you wonder why there's so many people crowded in this area just staring, it's because they're waiting for this dragon to breathe fire. And it breathes fire every few minutes or so. So another place I totally recommend hitting up is Florin Fortescue's Ice Cream Parlor here at the end. This is where you're going to find some interesting flavored ice creams that a lot of people might enjoy. So they have Earl Grey and lavender, sticky toffee pudding, chocolate chili, butterbeer flavored, and clotted cream. Just all sorts of different stuff. Definitely a great choice if you're looking for an interesting snack. Alrighty, here's a big one for adults, the Fountain of Fair Fortune. So you can get butterbeer here at this little shop, but you can also get some alcohol. So they have some beer on tap, Witch's Brew, and then some alcohol like fire whiskey, which I've had, which tastes kind of like Fireball. It's a little smoother, a little better than Fireball. And you can get it mixed with some hard cider, and it's delicious. You can also just like get a shot of fire whiskey if you want to just go hard and play hard here. Pretty cool in here. And then let's see what else they got on the menu. Some beers, Dragon Scale, Wizard Brew, Fishy Green Ale, and lots of butterbeer. This is where you're gonna get that. So if you want to drink, this is where to go. Now we're getting to the creep-tastic part of Diagon Alley. A little creepy for kids, pretty cool for adults. This is Nocturne Alley. This is where all the bad deeds happen. You can go into this creepy gift shop. See some of the creepy stuff. Cursed items. You can buy a cursed necklace. Some other things. You can hear things knocking about. This is where you can cast some spells too if you have a wand. It's very dark in here. Okay, and the most popular ride here, probably in Universal Studios Florida as it is, and then of course in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, it's the only ride. Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts, and it's a mix of simulation and some 3D effects, and then kind of a roller coaster effect too. So absolutely great for adults. This is the ride that you don't want to miss here at Universal Studios Florida, so definitely put that on your must-do list. The last place I want to point out is the Hopping Pot, and they actually have a few more items than the other place I just showed you that had the butterbeer and other alcohol items. This one has most of the same things like fire whiskey and Wizard's Brew, but they also have butterbeer ice cream here, so if you don't want to wait in the line at Fortescue's Ice Cream Parlor, they have it here. They have all the butterbeers, and then they have a few other drinks like pumpkin juice, peach tree fizzing tea, some other things you can try. So if you're looking for an alcoholic drink, the Hopping Pot is over on this side, and you can kind of hang out in this little alleyway, which is kind of fun. That's almost everything here at Diagon Alley. I will point out the sweet shop over here on my left. This is where you can find chocolate frogs, and then the flavored jelly beans that are really gross. Some other things that are unique to Harry Potter. So I recommend stopping in there to see what they got going on. We are going to head out. So I've kind of pointed out everything that it's in here in Diagon Alley. And that about does it. I figured I'd come in on my way out anyway to the candy shop, the sweet shop, so you can see what they have here instead of just saying that they have these things. They have glacial snowflakes, and then these are the every flavor beans, Birdie Bots. So they have like the earwax flavor and the grass flavor, the weird flavors. Frizzing Whizbees, peppermint toads. And these are the chocolate cauldrons, which is chocolate. There's like candy quills up there. And then they have a whole, it's really busy, so that's why I'm not going up there right now, but whole display case of different sweets too. So I advise at least stopping by to get your chocolate wand or anything else you may need in here. Okay, that was our fun-filled day at Universal Studios Florida. Hopefully you found this educational or helpful or just a fun time. Just so you know, I actually wrote an entire article about what to do on a Universal vacation for adults, and you can find the link to that article below, and that's where I list everything that I talked about today, plus a ton more things, so you don't have to remember everything that I said in this video. You can just take a glance at that article and save it for later. To also take a look at the other video I made for Islands of Adventure for an adults only trip, so that will be helpful too, because most likely you'll be visiting both theme parks since they're so close to each other. Second thing, if you need more help planning your Universal vacation, go ahead and look for the more links in the description below, because I have a sign-up link for my newsletter in which I talk about Universal a lot, and I'll clue you in on all the updates and everything that is to come as far as my articles and my YouTube channel, things like that, so you kind of keep up to date on what's happening at the theme parks. Third thing, and this one's kind of special, this is very unique to me and my website and my business. So I'm actually a travel agent coach, and I help people start their careers as travel planners who maybe they want to plan vacations for others and make a little side hustle or some side cash planning and doing the thing they love. And so I focus on Disney and Universal vacations and teaching people how to become a travel agent and plan vacations for a little extra cash on the side. So you can find my free course and learn more about that in the description below too. In the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one, whatever one that may be. Maybe for City Walk, and maybe for something else entirely. We'll see what the world takes us on our next journey. Who knows? Anyway, thanks so much for joining me. Remember to subscribe, and I'll see you at the parks.